Hello everyone, this is Untitled One here. Today I'm looking at an ADC flashlight. Recently got this. It's the ITP A1 Eos. I'll just remove it from its packaging now. Right, so this is everything inside the box. As you can see, you get some spare O-rings, you get a clip for the light, an operator's manual, and this is just the packaging of the box. And you also get a crab claw keyring for quick detachment. I've removed that because I personally don't think it's very useful. So anyway, as to the light itself, this is it here. As you can see, very compact. You know, size of my, well, smaller than my index finger, about the size of my little finger. So great for a keychain EDC, which is how I carry this. I was just looking for something reasonably priced with a very low mode, so you get a very high runtime, which this has, and also something which has got a very high mode, which this also has, also with a reasonable runtime. As I said, this light has 3 modes, which are activated by simply twisting it on, like so. That's the low mode. And you know, it's a nice diffused light. The hotspot's okay. This isn't a light really designed for a far throw. This is more of an area light. So it's got a good spill. It's got textured orange peel reflector, and it's great for, you know, tasks up to 10, 20, 30 meters at hand, you know, when you're just trying to find stuff or light up an area, without necessarily blinding yourself with an ultra hotspot. So this is the low mode. This is 1.8 lumens, and this will run for 150 hours off one battery. So that's basically 6 days off one battery, which is very impressive. Next, you switch the head on, off, and you come into the medium mode. This is 35 lumens. Again, has a runtime of 8 hours, which is pretty good for this amount of light. I mean, this is enough light to walk by at night, no problem. And finally, off and on again, and we come into the highest mode, which is 190 lumens. This is truly a blinding light. You know, if you need to definitely find something quickly, then this is definitely effective. That stays on for 1.6 hours. As I said, that comes on for 1.6 hours, so a reasonable amount of time. I mean, you see how much my camera had to adjust there for that amount of light output. And given that this is just incredibly small, it's a great light. It's the reflector there. I'll just unscrew this now and show you the inside. There are other lights that match this more or less for quite a lot more money. There's a company called 47s that make flashlights, and they have something called the Quark Mini, which runs on also 1CR123 battery. It's about twice the price of this, and as far as I understand, it's about equal in construction quality. I mean, that's just the battery compartment here. Aluminium, you know, it's not incredibly thick wall of aluminium, but you know, I can't see this breaking very easily. The whole light is water and dust resistant to IPX8 standard, so that's you know, it can take submersion for up to 12 hours, I think, in 3 foot of water or something like this. And also it's shockproof for 1 meter drops, etc. Has been tested to those standards, so it's definitely a durable, tough light. It's this one's aluminium, anodized aluminium. A stainless steel version is also available, which, as far as I understand, is slightly better quality and slightly brighter. I think it's 203 lumens as opposed to 190, which this is. but you know, for that difference, it's negligible. It's hardly worth it, in my opinion. Obviously the stainless steel may last longer, but I can't see any durability issues with this flashlight. I own several ITP flashlights and they all last very well, and they're very well made. Also, this is probably the smallest, brightest torch you can get on the market. You know, reasonably priced. You know, if you're willing to pay 150, 200 pounds or $300, you know, you could probably beat this. But in my opinion, it's not really worthwhile. I'm not a flashaholic as such. You know, I just need them for practical purposes, and so far this is proving to be a winner. I'll just screw this back together. As I said, the 4.7's Quark Mini is pretty much the only competition for this light, as far as I can tell. One advantage it does have, or it may be an advantage if you think so, is 4.7's flashlight doesn't have this protruding nub here, so basically you can stand it on its tail. Well, you know, you can stand this on its tail, but you know, it's definitely not stable. So that's an advantage for some people. Me, I'm not really bothered, so it doesn't really affect it at all for me. The 4.7's version, the Quark Mini, the keyring attaches on the side rather than at the end, so it just allows you to tail stand it. As I said, this can tail stand too, but you have to have a very stable, very flat surface pretty much, otherwise it will be impossible. What more can I say about this light? I've researched this pretty well, and I don't think you'll find a light to equal this performance in this price range. Definitely not. I do generally prefer to have a click switch on the tail. Makes operation easier, one-handed operation easier with gloves. But I've yet to find a light this size which has the tail cap click switch. The Quark, the 4.7's Quark Mini tactical version does have the clicky switch, as well as the rotating bezel, but at the same time it's significantly longer than this, and I just wanted to have something as compact as possible. And as a matter of fact, I've read recently that the bodies and heads of this light here, the SA1 Illuma, and the Quark Mini 123 are interchangeable, so it leads me to suspect they may even be manufactured in the same factory. Who knows? Trade secrets. Yeah, so as I said, that's the A1 Eos made by ITP Light, and that's on itplight.com. 3 modes, 1.8 lumens for 150 hours, 35 lumens for 8 hours, and the top mode 190 lumens for 1.6 hours. Now, there's only one defect here, as far as I can tell, with this torch here. Sorry, just waiting for the camera to adjust there. And that is, if it's off and not turned off, you know, you haven't rotated it many times, you can still switch it on by pressure here. But I understand that this is the case with many of these twist on, twist off kind of lights, you know, way back to the mag light. But you know, I haven't found that to be a problem. This isn't a tactical light. It's a very small EDC light, which is ultra compact, easy to carry, and tough and waterproof, rugged design basically. So I'm in love with this light at the moment, definitely. Yeah, so that's the A1 Eos made by ITP, and this is All Outdoor One here signing out. Take care.